Okay, guys, time for us to get acquainted a bit. Let me introduce myself. My name is Aliyah. I'll be the host today for this AMA session. I'm handling the communication part at DeNet. And here on our session, also Daniel, he is the partner at DeNet, and he'll be giving answers to the most asked questions, like the things you wanted to know about Datakeeper Node sale, about Datakeeper nodes in general, about DNAT technology. He'll be giving like the most answers. Yeah, Daniel, maybe any thoughts at the beginning of the AMA session before we start answering the questions of our community?
Hey guys. Happy to be here and yeah, happy to answer your questions and let's enjoy this time.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, before this AMA session, we left a form for your questions. Yeah, the most questions, they were regarding the Datakeeper not sale, because we just launched this last week. Yeah, and we have like pretty much questions about that, and we are happy to get all your questions answered today. And of course, you can share some of your questions in the comments. So at the end of this AMA session, we can like read through them and maybe answer some more questions. And let's get started with the first question. I think it's pretty nice question because it will help you to understand DNAT. And the question sounds like this. Please briefly explain DNAT storage to a Web3 newbie. So Daniel, how would you explain DNAT storage for someone new to crypto?
Yeah, sure, I'll try. So I think you know that what we built in DNAT is a kind of decentralized storage protocol or deep in storage layer, how we call it. It's pretty tough to explain all the details of what does it mean and all the details of the core technology. But this is the technology that makes us to kind of revolutionize in general the approach building the storages, I would say clouds. On top of this core technology, we build like products, different products that we currently have. For example, DNAT storage. Let's go through the most simple, I would say, example. DNAT storage is looks like a Dropbox or Google Drive, but it's built kind of built for the Web3 world, I would say. It's all convenient, it's user friendly, but it has some very, I would say, crucial differences. First thing is decentralization and the safety that is coming on like after this decentralization. Your files aren't stored in just one place. They're all broken like in tiny pieces and sent to many devices all over the world. So devices are Datakeeper nodes. So and it's like this process of distribution with many replications on top of it. It helps us to create some kind of a matching safety comparing to what we have in a centralized world. Just because if the one data keeper node is down, even if another node is down, you always have replication and it's constantly replicating to another nodes. So this kind of, I would say, trustless approach of how we operate the data, it's maybe the biggest difference comparing to what we have in a centralized storages. So another thing is that it's super secure and private. So just imagine all your files are, I would say, inside a safe with the multiple keys, and only you have all the keys needed to unlock it. Your data is encrypted, meaning even if like someone gets their hands on the piece, they can't make sense of it without your unique decryption key. So only you have access to this data, and even DNAT, we cannot check the data, we cannot see what's inside, so it's 100% private, and this is how we want to work with data. This is what we're bringing, I would say, from the Web 1 world, because in Web 1, everything was stored on local devices and everything was kind of private and safe. So, and what we built is we combining Web 1 and Web 2. We're getting the security and privacy of the Web 1 world, and we're getting the convenience and scalability of the Web 2 world, combining it together. And what we have in the end is a Web 3 storage, which is kind of very private, secure, and scalable and convenient at the same time. The other thing worth mentioning about DNet is that it's really cost effective. Just because we're eliminating the middleman, we're eliminating the kind of data centers that should be maintained by and to maintain data centers, you should spend a lot of money. In our case, it's all based on sharing economy. That's why its price is much better comparing to centralized analytics. So yeah, pretty much it, I think. I hope it's pretty clear even for those that doesn't really immersed in the Web3 space.
Yeah, thank you, Daniel. So I think the beauty of DePin in general, it's like eliminating this middleman. Cool. And moving forward, so you mentioned that these that data uploaded to DNet, it is stored like on various devices across the world, on some like computers, let's say. And actually these devices are the Datakeeper nodes in DNet ecosystem. Could you please tell a bit more about what are the requirements for running these Datakeeper nodes?
Yeah, sure. Yes, data keepers are those who actually store the data, who kind of maintaining its, I would say, privacy, security, and its safety. And it's very important role in our ecosystem, maybe the most important role. And becoming a data keeper is actually pretty easy. So at the moment, everything that you should have to become a data keeper is any computer based on Linux, Windows, or macOS, any operation system, 1 GB of RAM, 100 GB of storage space, and 10 megabits per second internet connection, which is also pretty low. It's enough to become a data keeper and to operate as a data keeper. Of course, the more you provide, the more you'll be able to earn. This you can calculate on our calculator on the node sale page. So, and data keeper nodes are currently on sale. So, and to launch a data keeper nodes, you should have a data keeper NFT as well. And data keeper NFT will be distributed among all those who participated in the node sale. As the data keepers are on sale, could you please tell a bit more about the node sale structure? So like step 1, step 2, step 3, how are you becoming the data keeper? Yeah, of course. So the node sale mechanic that we currently have, it's quite unique comparing to what we have on the market at the moment, just because of the reservation period. So during the reservation period, you can just reserve the price of the node and you'll be able to buy it in the future. You'll be able to buy it in a couple of months in order to launch it. So to reserve the node, you can just open the reservation page, check the current price, and reserve as many nodes as you want, but maximum is 10. So for one account. And reservation phase is something that allows you to get the higher discount at the actual sale, which is stage 2. So how does it work? During the node sale, during the reservation period, you can upgrade your watcher node. So if your node is already upgraded to a higher stage, that's good. But if not, if you are just joining our ecosystem, you still have time, couple of months to upgrade your node. And based on your watcher node stage, you will get a discount just because currently you're reserving the node, for example, for $473 per node. But based on your watcher node level, you'll get a kind of mysterious, I would say, discount that's going to be announced after the reservation period is finished. So now is the best time to join, also because you have plenty of time to upgrade your watcher node and get the best offer at the end. So this is kind of the second phase of what's going to be. It's going to be a node sale. It's going to be like at the moment you're depositing like you're making a reservation deposit, and in the future you will be able to spend this deposit to buy the node. Also, deposit is counts, of course, to the final price of the node. And after the node sale phase, after you bought the node, you will be able to launch it. And this is the third step, third phase of what's going to be. So it's going to be pretty easy to launch, as I already mentioned, and like system requirements are pretty low. So, and everything that I mentioned just now, it's all described on the node sale page. So just feel free to check it out there for more clarity.
So we know that the storage market is escalating, and yeah, I can't imagine like a better time to join. And you also mentioned that a user, he can influence the final price. Yeah, like for his Watcher Node stage and for the referral discounts as well. And could you tell a bit more about the referral program? Is there anything interesting for users?
Yeah, referral program is pretty interesting just because it's also based on the stable coins. It's also based on something that everyone understands. So you're just getting a 5% commission from everyone among your referrals who buying the node, who purchasing the node. So the final amount of your commission is gonna be, you'll be able to see it after the not sale phase, after the actual payment. During the reservation phase, you can just actually see who among your friends already reserved it. So yeah, after the not sale phase, you'll be able to claim all your stable coins based on the payments that came from your friends. So this is pretty easy mechanic. So if you already have friends in a Watcher node, just these friends already count. So you can just ping them to reserve the node, and you'll be participating in this referral program. So pretty easy.
Yeah, sure. And don't forget that these friends that they are already immersed in the Watcher nodes, they have like a huge advantage on getting like a high discount because they started leveling up earlier. And at the moment, they probably have some high levels, and it's going to be easier for them to get the highest discount on the nodes afterwards. So yeah, pretty cool. And as we are discussing the Watcher nodes, yeah, we have discussed Datakeeper nodes a lot. We understood that this is like the most crucial part of the ecosystem. But what about Watcher nodes?
Yeah, sure. So Watcher nodes are, I would say, the protectors of the data in our ecosystem. And this is something that makes DNet really a unique network because every second, millions of Watcher nodes, they monitor millions of files all over the world to make sure that these files have enough copies. And if it's like reduced amount of copies, they'll ping the Datakeeper, and Datakeeper will instantly replicate this piece of data. So that's why DNet is the most, I would say, secure and safe storage network in the world ever created. So this level of protection is, at the moment, it's just unmatched. So that's why Watcher nodes are really important part of our ecosystem. So, and that's why Watcher nodes also going to be rewarded, just because at the TGE, Watcher nodes will get their share, and during this process, while we going and moving towards the TGE, all Watcher nodes will be able to get some kind of a part of a mini drops that are regular, that we already did earlier, that we're going to do next, and so on and so forth. So there are going to be many different mini drops with different rules for Watcher nodes. So just keep upgrading it. It's totally worth it.
I think we have answered all the questions that they were asked by our community before. I think we can have a look at the comments. Maybe something there. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. One thing I want to mention before we go into comments, I think a lot of people were asking us about the roadmap. The roadmap is published on the not sale page, but I think it would be nice to touch this one more time because we have huge plans.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we have huge plans. And the thing is that after the not sale, we're going to be focusing on the protocol and product development on the peaq blockchain. So we're going to launch everything that we have on a peaq blockchain, and also we're going to be integrating our SDK directly into their SDK. And after this, all the DPIMs and their kind of institutional partners, they'll have native access to DNet storage, to what we built, to protect and decentralize their data. So yeah, and also TGE we plan for this year. I can't tell you the date at the moment, but it's gonna be, we're gonna communicate this closer to the TGE event. So yeah, worth mentioning that DNet is a multi-chain project, and having peaq as I would say, our native blockchain, our native layer, we're going to be connected to many blockchains at the same time. So this is also in our roadmap. We're going to connect to the best blockchains at the space, creating some kind of a huge interoperable data lake for the whole Web3 space.
Thank you, Daniel. So let's then head to comments. Yeah, question about Datakeeper Node. So is it hardware node? Could you please explain that a bit more?
Datakeeper Node it requires hardware, but Datakeeper Node is itself, it's not a hardware that we are distributing. So what we're distributing is permission to participate in the network. And hardware, everyone already have in their homes. I mean, considering the lowest system requirements ever available in a decentralized storage space, it's very easy to join the network from any device. So you can use like HDD, SSD, you can use external hard drive, anything you want, anything that's worth. And that's it. Yeah. Datakeeper Node is just it's just a software that you can launch on your personal computer. The nice thing is that you also can launch it with mini computers like Raspberry Pi, and it also works perfect just because of the low system requirements.
Awesome. Great. So you can also save some money on that. You don't have to buy any hardware because you're welcome to utilize your existing storage capacity. Use any laptop, any PC that you have and probably don't use. So you can make money on that. Great. Another question is, a bit technical, probably about the connection part. So what if a watcher node was registered to a new wallet and started to be leveled up, but the nodes were reserved and paid from a different wallet? How will this affect the discount and the connection in general?
Yeah, that's okay. This case is totally okay. The thing is that you have a button in your reservation page where you can generate the code on the watcher node block. So just scroll down until you see the watcher node, and you have a code generation button there. After pressing, you'll have a code, and this code you can import to your mobile application, to your watcher node application. After you register this code, enter this code into watcher node, two accounts gonna be connected, and on the reservation page you'll see your existing upgraded watcher node that you want to see. So that's the thing.
Awesome. Thank you for answering that. By the way, we have recently posted a tutorial. It's a step-by-step guide, so you can check it out and see how it has to look like, where you can find this like generate code button and how it will look on the reservation page when you see your watcher nodes connected. So it's totally fine to use different wallets because you can connect them. Great. So there is a question about existing data keepers. What is going on with them? So are they included going forward?
Yeah. Existing data keepers, they're gonna be added to all existing data keepers are our OGs, and of course all of them gonna have Datakeeper Node with updated version of the protocol for free, and all of them gonna be migrated to the peaq blockchain. So yeah, that's the thing.
One more question about nodes. There's a question if one can use mobile phone, to launch the Datakeeper nodes, if I understand the question correctly.
At the moment, it's not really possible just because Datakeeper is I would say, the role of Datakeeper, it's quite responsible. So in this case, with the phone, you usually interrupt your connection. You usually offline. It's happening sometimes. So, and it also requires some resources gonna be because it's always going to be uploading and downloading process. That is nothing for the personal computer, but for the phone, for example, won't be good for your battery maybe. So that's why at the current implementation, it's all going to be available from the personal computer. Only Linux, Mac OS, or Windows, anything will work, because I also see the question about this. So MacBook with external hard drive, it's all going to work.
Awesome. But for anyone having a smartphone, maybe a few months, you can join as a watcher node. So don't forget that. Yeah. One more question. interesting one. It's about the earning opportunity for Datakeeper nodes. So can you please shed a bit more light on that? How these might look like?
Yeah, sure. For the Datakeeper, user just is becoming a part of rapidly growing ecosystem on the and also a part of the storage market, rapidly growing storage market. At the moment, we really like what we see in relation to the AI market, that storage market gonna be growing up to 1 trillion USD by 2030. So this is very close. And what we really believe in is that all this money shouldn't flow to huge corporations. This money also should flow to people. So that's why the system requirements for Datakeeper node are so low. And that's why everyone can launch it and become a part of this market of like a storage market. In terms of the numbers that are like expectation for Datakeeper earnings, you can just open the calculator on the not sale page. So, and for each terabyte that you provide, you can potentially get 100 USD per year. If it's like 100 terabyte, it can be 10K USD. And beside this, all the Datakeeper nodes, they'll get the part of the token distribution. Up to 15% of the tokenomics is going to be distributed among Datakeepers. It's kind of like an extra bonus in addition to the main utility job of the Datakeeper node.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, as you mentioned, 2030 is pretty close, but we are still early. Yeah, we are still early with the Datakeepers. We are still early to join. So I think this was the last question, because I think it's nice to finish this awesome AMA session on these high notes. Yeah, understanding the potential, understanding the prospects for a Datakeeper, for their earnings, for the utility provided. So that's why we are inviting anyone who wants to take on this responsibility, let's say, to elevate their earnings, unlock a whole new level of utility for nodes. So we invite you to join DeNet ecosystem as Datakeepers. Thanks everyone for joining. Thank you, Daniel, for answering all the questions of our awesome community. I think see you next on our next AMA sessions. Thank you once again for joining, and have a nice evening.
Thank you so much, guys. Happy to be here, and yeah, enjoy your time. Enjoy participating in the storage network. So yeah, we're always with you to help you with all the questions. So thank you so much.
Thank you.